Intrinsic particles are inherent to the drug product. It is important to understand they are not considered contaminants. They arise from sources within the formulation ingredients. For example, they might be a byproduct or the assembly of the product. They can even arise from insufficient cleaning of processing equipment or from changes in the product over time. These changes may be related to ionic or organic extracts, instability of the API, or formulation degradation. Two examples of intrinsic particles are small crystals and silicone oil. Small crystals or aggregates of the active ingredient, as well as other excipients that are present in the product. Silicone oil is a type of synthetic polymer that is often used in pharmaceuticals as a lubricant and anti-foaming agent. Its properties make it an ideal choice for these applications. It is inert and biocompatible, chemically stable, has low surface tension, and high viscosity. It is not harmful to living tissue and does not provoke an immune response. It also does not react with other chemicals in the body, which makes it a safe choice for use in medicinal devices and drug formulations. Intrinsic particles can be present in both oral and parenteral dosage forms, and are commonly seen in some types of injectable drug products. Inherent matter are small amounts of naturally occurring impurities that are present in the raw materials used to make the drug product. These impurities are usually not harmful to patients and are not considered to be contaminants. They represent a potentially acceptable characteristic of a product. These particles usually describe a physical state or particles that are an expected attribute of the product. As noted, both intrinsic particles and inherent matter are not typically harmful to the patient. However, they can affect the appearance, stability, and efficiency of the product. It is important to monitor and control their levels during the manufacturing process to ensure a consistent and high-quality product. Regulatory bodies expect manufacturers to establish procedures that are designed to prevent particulate contamination. Current guidance from health authorities like the EMA and FDA, or pharmacopoeias, for example USP, on particulate contaminants, is very limited in active pharmaceutical substances, API, and excipients. This lack of guidance has led to uncertainty in the industry of how to deal with these types of contaminants. Another issue to understand is that any procedure applied to control particulate contaminants cannot fully guarantee contamination prevention. For example, whenever there is any contact between two different materials, there is some physical-chemical interaction, especially when mechanical force or other kinds of energy are applied, for example, stirring, filtering, and milling. So, what kind of mitigation actions can manufacturers make to decrease the risk of having particulate matter? Manufacturers must apply measures to minimize the degree of interaction through equipment design and selection of construction materials. For example, the equipment in direct contact with the product should be selected for their inertness and compatibility with process streams and on the basis of safety characteristics such as food-grade oils, plastics, or packaging materials. But the presence of trace amounts of particulate contaminants in an API or excipient can never be totally excluded. The guidance on handling of insoluble matter and foreign particles in APIs from the APIC calls them technically unavoidable particles because these particles are intrinsic to the manufacturing process, the production equipment, and processing aids. This is the reason why regulation recognizes that manufacturers cannot provide 100% assurance that all APIs manufactured will be free from foreign particles coming from the process. Therefore, the presence of trace amounts of particles coming from safe materials are process-related and can hardly be considered as being filthy, putrid, or decomposed substances. Well, that's it for this Scilife Academy training session. In this session, we had an in-depth look at physical contaminants in cleaning rooms, APIs, and medicinal products. We hope you found it useful. So see you again soon.